Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Ideas 2019 Dinosaur Fossils. It is set number 21320, comes with 910 pieces, plus one, technically two minifigures if you count the skeleton, and was originally retailed at $60. Pretty decent price, even for 2019. Although nowadays, if you want to get this set brand new sealed, you're looking at $70 or even $80, depending on where in the world you're buying it. Not to mention that you still haven't added in tax and shipping. This is an interesting one for Lego Ideas. I actually really love the concept. This is really very much for someone who's into natural history or paleontology. Looks absolutely, all three of the models looks absolutely fantastic. I don't have the box art, but I'll make sure to add an image of it. Here it is, so you guys can take a look. Especially considering they did something, a couple of interesting things with the box art. First off, it's one of the few Lego sets that doesn't actually have the name of the set on the box. I only just found that out rather recently, but it was a really interesting thing to discover. But on top of that, instead of putting the box art on the instruction manuals, which I do have with me, there's still a total of three of them, and each instruction manual, instead of having the box art, they show the image for which skeleton you're building with that particular instruction manual. And they also did something interesting with the instruction manuals as well. I do have instruction manual 1 here with the Pteranodon. However, you open it up, and once you get past the usual stuff, showing how how you're supposed to build in each one bag at a time, and then the ad for the Lego app. Taking a look inside, in instruction manual number 1, you don't have the usual Lego Ideas breakdown of the set and the set designers. This instruction manual number 1 just goes straight into the build with your minifigure and then the Pteranodon build. The actual Lego Ideas breakdown is in instruction manual number 2 with the Triceratops, which I'll get to that right off the bat. First off, we have a little, a fun little addition from the Lego group. What is it about dinosaur fossils that is so mind-bogglingly cool? Is it the fact that they are millions of years old, or is it the sheer size of the bones? It probably has something to do with the fact that they are real physical evidence that incredible creatures roamed the earth long before we did, something that in many ways defies belief. Fossils tell stories of their time, stories of evolution, success, and dead ends, of turbulent lives and complicated ecosystems, and help us piece together the steps that evolution took during these mysterious epochs in life on Earth. This Lego Ideas set, co-created by some very passionate designers, miniaturizes 3 awesome fossils on a 1/32nd scale and includes a minifigure, paleontologist, and human skeleton. Now you can build and display some dinosaurs wherever you like, without taking up as much room as the real thing. Enjoy! One little fun little intro there. Then we have a little breakdown from the Lego designer Niles Milan Peterson. Boy, I hope I pronounced that right. Yes, of course. That was my reaction when I was asked to work on this project. I've loved and sculpted dinosaurs for more than 50 years. In fact, I've made more than 60 different skulls and skeletons of prehistoric animals of all kinds and sizes, and I have the blueprints for these 3 well-known beasts in my head already. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. But I hadn't done any building since 2008. My current job involves hand sculpting prototypes of figures and accessories. So it was a matter of getting my hands back into building with bricks. To get a Lego model ready for the market, it has to go through a lot of processes and tests to ensure that it can be built as easily as possible and stay stable. My role was to redesign the already awesome looking fan designer models and make them follow Lego standards. I really liked the overall look of the original builds, but there was just too many special elements, so I had to redesign it in a rather different way, which also meant changing the colors. I'm very happy with the freestanding poses and the head of the T-Rex. So thank you, Jonathan, the fan designer. Without his success on Lego Ideas, I might not have had the opportunity to work on one of my great passions. Well, that was nice Here's a little breakdown of him, and pretty cool that he got to work on something he loves so much. And then of course we have the breakdown from the fan designer Jonathan Brunn. Jonathan is a graphic web designer working in a creative agency in Perpignan, France. I hope I pronounced that right. He is also a massive science and dinosaur geek into space, searching for fossils and everything related to dinosaurs. And of course, he's a big Lego fan. I inherited, and then we got something straight from Jonathan himself. I inherited my older brother's Lego collection when I was very young, and since then, I haven't stopped buying and building Lego sets. I'm really into space and would like to own every single NASA related set. That's a lot, and probably pretty expensive. So my favorite set would either be the 10231 Shuttle Expedition or the 21309 NASA Apollo Saturn V. A set that I'm happy to say is in my personal collection. I own both of these sets and they are displayed on my desk at work. My clients are always amazed by them when they come to the office. When I was little, my passion for dinosaurs was almost obsessional. Dinosaurs were the most incredible thing ever for me, so I made this project to please my inner child. Boy, would we all love to be able to do that. I would have loved it as a kid, and I think every kid who loves dinosaurs and science would agree with me. It took me 2 years to be pretty happy with the result. I kept improving the models in the updates. Everything was computer made, which made these models difficult to imagine in real life. Probably use like the Lego Digital Designer program, or maybe Lego Studs. The biggest challenge was to recreate the animal architecture. Dinosaurs were living animals with real body parts. I needed to use a lot of documentation and pictures as references. The trick was to keep some consistency in the build, using the same Lego parts to keep the same design line. This was really challenging because a Triceratops body is not the same as a Stegosaurus. Ain't that the truth? I didn't sleep all night when I heard that the Lego Ideas team wanted to talk to me on Skype. When they told me that my project had qualified for production, my joy turned into euphoria. From the moment I posted the project on the Lego Ideas platform to the 10,000 vote milestone, I didn't imagine that my dinosaurs would be accepted and that the Lego Ideas team would be so excited to work on it. It was an unforgettable moment. Few people have the chance to see a childhood dream come true. Ain't that the truth? What I love about Lego Ideas is that everyone, young or old, can submit an idea. This is really a beautiful platform where people are kind and encourage you. The criticism is constructive and the team is awesome. My advice for other fan designers is never stop believing in it. If you really think your idea is worth it, keep showing it to others. Don't hesitate to contact people who can make some publicity. For example, I wrote to all the biggest natural history museums in the world. Wow. Use social media, communicate the potential of your idea, and people will come naturally. Also, the pictures of your project need to be attractive and aesthetic to gain attention. And then it looks like for the last couple pages, we have a little bit of breakdown of each species. I'll go ahead and skip that. Skip that part. Good, so that we can just go straight into the builds. First up, we do have a paleontologist minifigure who apparently has shown up in Fortnite, and according to that, his name is Flint. I can't help but wonder if that might contain the whole dinosaur scheme. That might be a nod to the Flintstones. Anyway, he's got a nice hairpiece. I do like the printing for his face. He's using the classic yellow coloring, no alternate face. And I do like, and the torso printing looks really good. He got a couple of nice size his breast pockets, same, yeah, and then you got some nice back printing, no arm printing. Although it's nice to see that his legs are dual molded. And as you can see, he's got a couple of accessories of a magnifying glass and a bone. But he's got more accessories than that. So much so they provided a whole chest full of them. First off, we got a Lego book with a sticker of a bone in there, so probably a book on paleontology. Then we got ourselves a little pickaxe, a screwdriver, another Lego bone, and also as well as probably a fossilized dinosaur egg and a coffee mug. So he's pretty well loaded up with stuff if he needs to do to do his job, as well as a couple of bones. So yeah, well, nice bunch of accessories. And then we also have a skeleton with a Indiana Jones style hat, as well as a sticker on his platform calling him a Lego sapien. So apparently that's the official species is that Lego minifigures are. They aren't actual humans, Homo sapiens. They are Lego sapiens. We'll go ahead and get started off with for the smaller one, for the actual build with the Pteranodon Logiceps. Then, so, like the fact that they have these little plaques showing the full name of the dinosaur, not just the species name. This is I didn't say this before. This is actually my brother's set, but he actually let me build the Pteranodon, and it was a pretty fun, simple little build. You got this. It's a couple of ball joints, so you can move around the head and neck, and you can see that the wings are actually on the regular click joints, so you can get them into a nice pose as well. So it's a relatively simple little build, but it gets the job done, and I like the fact that they have it on a little stand here. Next up, we've got probably most people's favorite dinosaur, the Triceratops horridus. Although I will say one thing, with the shape that they've put together for the skull, this looks to me, it reminds me more of one of Triceratops's cousins, the Torosaurus. Forgive all the dust. I probably should have taken care of that before I did the review. Although one interesting I noticed with the with both this guy and the T-Rex, which we'll take a look at in a minute, is that the feet aren't actually connected to the main build. They're just kind of free floating there, and the legs are actually built into the displays. So again, so at least so it looks like the feet are actually attached, but but like I said, the legs are actually built into the display, which probably makes for a nice sturdy build. Oh, I look got all the details was going on with this guy with you got the extra spines going all along the back, the head that can move from side to side and up and down. There's a lot of interesting angles on this guy. Not gonna lie. It's yeah, fun looking Triceratops, and then also you got a mix of click joints and mixhole joints. It's for the tail to get it interesting pose as well. Oh, also yeah, I like interesting how they have the Triceratops at a bit of an angle. Oh no, so it's not like just standing just like straight and rigid. And then we got, of course, the biggest of them all, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Fun fact about T-Rex. T-Rex is the only one now where most people know the full name Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like for Triceratops horridus, most people just know it as Triceratops. But T-Rex, both the species and genus name, Tyrannosaurus Rex. So yeah, fun little dinosaur fact there. And I can see why. Just take a look at this thing. I can see why the designer is really proud on that T-Rex skull. That looks fantastic. He's not someone you want to mess with. Plus, I like the fact that, of course, this guy's got a whole heap of teeth. I mean, look at that thing. Look at this thing. It's loaded with teeth. But yeah, this thing looks fantastic. He's got a mix of ball joints like the minifigure hand joints and click joints. It's in order to get the angle and size of the neck. Is loaded up with a bunch of spines on the back as well. Like the fact that the hands and for the T-Rex are structurally accurate. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before in some of my Jurassic Park reviews. But T-Rex hands couldn't hold. T-Rex couldn't hold their hands like this. They didn't have the musculature to be able to twist them unless they wanted to break the wrist. So they could only hold their hands like this. And I like the fact that they make it so that that's the only way you can have these hands, where it's like they're getting ready to grab something up off the ground instead of looking like they're getting ready to clap. Nice is use of some next nice shield pieces here on the torso. Again, like I said with the Triceratops, the feet are just kind of sitting there with the legs built into the stand. And so yeah, a lot of interesting building going on here, and I can see why, like I said, these are some really cool builds, and I can see why this won the Lego Ideas project. Like I said, if you're interested in like natural history, paleontology, which, to be honest, me and my brother really were when we were kids. Like our dream jobs were originally to be paleontologists because it's just such a cool job. And like we love dinosaurs. But yeah, if you're interested in paleontology, I see no reason why you shouldn't pick these guys up. These are really, really cool. So that'll be the end of this review. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content, including all of my Lego Ideas set reviews on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.